there! I have made a scarf, a crocheted scarf, using some very old Bernat Germantown. It's called Bernat Nilo Germantown. Bernatized for shrink control. Awesome. 50-50. I wonder what the 50 in 50 is. Let's find out. Half nylon, half wool. Interesting. Virgin wool. The gauge is 5 stitches and 7 rows equals 1 inch on Bernat Aero number 8 needles, or any size that gives above gauge. Anyway, I had 3 skeins of this yarn in my stash that someone gave me at church. It must have been from someone who passed away, because that old yarn is not available anymore. So I wanted to make something, and I made this scarf. So the scarf is I hope you can see this on my nook, the Satin Red Friday Scarf, which is crocheted, and it's a free pattern on the Bernat Yarn website. And I like how it turned out. It's like a little zigzaggy thing going on here with the design, and it was fun to do. It's not hard at all. It was really easy. It's just a lot of double crochets and stuff like that. So I've finished my scarf, and now I'm ready to weave in the ends. So to weave in the ends, now when I change to a different skein, I will knot the yarn on the edge, and then when I finish, I untie the knot, and I have just one tie instead of a knot, you know, because a knot you tie it twice like that. So I untie one of the knots to where it's just a single tie, and now I'm ready to weave in my ends. So I get a yarn needle, I thread it, so I'll show you how to do that again. I fold it across the needle and pull it real tight, squeeze it in between my fingers, and then wiggle it across the little thing, and it comes through the yarn needle. It's easy to thread a yarn needle that way. So I need it to be really close to the end because I don't have a whole lot of yarn to work with here. And I'm just going to find, since this one's not straight, you know, most of the stuff I've woven in and done a video for, it was straight and I just went straight across. But with this, you want to stay within the design so that it's not obvious that something was woven in. So I'm going to come up across this little diagonal thing here. I'm going to go under half of a stitch here. I'm going to do the other half. I don't like the first half. Half a stitch there, half a stitch there, half a stitch there, and half a stitch there. I think I'll take it all the way up to the point. There. So I went through half a stitch over and over again. So pull that through. Not too tight though. You want it to lay just like it was. And then to turn, I go back the other way, because you don't just cut it here. If you cut it there, then it would just come unraveled real easy. So I pass the first stitch, the last stitch where I just went in, I go past that so that it'll lock in my yarn I just wove in. And I go right back underneath the same way I came up. As long as you pass that first stitch, it'll hold it in there for you. There. Now that's woven in nice and neat. And here you can cut it right at the edge. And if you give this away and somebody washes it and this little thing here starts coming undone, they won't be unraveling the whole thing if they pull it out. So that's a good thing. And it kind of disappears. You don't even see it anymore. Ah, nothing to see. Ah. So that was one. Now I have another one, but I don't want to run it back through exactly the same place, or it will make that spot stand out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up along the edge, and I'm going to find another spot to enter. So I'm going to come in up here, and once again I'm going to go under half of a stitch. If I can get that. This needle's kind of fat. It's kind of hard to use. There. I'm just kind of making my way however I want it to be. I'm going to pass that one. It's too hard to pick up. There. We'll go there and there. We'll go all the way up to the point. There. So now I'm traveling a little bit along the edge here. You see how it went up about 1/4 of an inch? So try to make that blend in and don't pull it too tight. And then pass the first stitch on the way back. And you can actually go under a different way if you want. If you don't want to go exactly the same way you came up, you can kind of stick it in between stitches. So like you're splitting a yarn, you can do that. It's not going to hurt anything, because all you're doing is weaving in yarn, weaving in ends here. And you pull it back the other way. And now that is secure as well, and it's not too tight, so it's not bunching up the fabric. And then you cut that. Now we have 2 places that you cannot see. My magic, it works. It made the yarn disappear. Alright. So, that's how you weave in the ends. So I'm done all along this edge, all along here. So I still have these 2 to weave in. Something happened there. And then one here at the end. So I'm going to take care of these woven ends, and I will be back. So see you soon. Bye.